What's up guys, it's Chris Majestic, and today we're looking at a new gaming projector from BenQ. So this is the BenQ X3000i, and it retails for $2,000. So looking at this projector, it looks very similar to the X1300i. Now you guys know I just recently did a best gaming projector video, and I probably should have waited for that because this might just be the best gaming projector so far. Alright, so the first thing you get when you open the box is the QS-01 Android TV stick. You also get a white smart voice remote, you get a white power cord, and in the bag you're gonna get batteries for the remote, as well as some legs and hardware for you to mount the projector upside down on the table if you want. Okay, so what's up with this design? Well, as I mentioned earlier, it looks just like the X1300i, which has a square or cubed design. On the front, it has the lens in the upper left-hand corner. The control panel, lens shift, and zoom dials are gonna be on the left. It has adjustable feet as well as ceiling mount holes on the bottom so it can be ceiling mounted. And of course, on the back, you're gonna have your ports. It has two HDMI 2.0B ports with eARC and CEC support, a 12-volt trigger, a USB port that you can use for power, an optical output, RS-232, and an analog audio output. Now, some people are turned off by the fact that some of these BenQ projectors come with an Android TV stick, but they've actually been pretty clever about hiding it. So to install this Android TV stick, you're gonna unscrew two screws on the back of the projector and pop off the top lid. Once you pop off that lid, you'll see a small compartment containing a power cord. All you have to do is take the micro USB cable and plug it into the QS-01, then plug the QS-01 into the HDMI port and reinstall the lid. Alright, so now let's get into the specs. So as I mentioned earlier, this is a 4K LED gaming projector. It has a native 4K resolution using pixel shifting with the 0.65-inch DLP chip, 3000 ANSI lumens using the 4 LED lamp system. It covers 100% of DCI-P3 for color coverage. It has a decent throw ratio allowing you to produce a 100-inch screen from 8 feet away. It has HDMI 2.0 ports with eARC and HDMI CEC. And you Team 3D guys out there will be happy to know that it actually supports 3D. Okay, so what exactly is 4LED? Well, 4LED is a lamp system that's very similar to 3 LED systems, but they've added a fourth LED known as a pump LED that increases the light output by 8 to 12% compared to 3 LED. It also helps to keep the overall size of the projector fairly small, and it allows it to produce less heat. Now, setting up this projector was really easy. Now, even though I didn't really run into any issues, one thing that I do want to mention is that this projector does have a slight vertical offset, also known as a projection offset. So considering it has 110% projection offset, if you're mounting it on the ceiling, you may have to lower your screen a few inches. It does have horizontal and vertical keystone adjustments, but as I've been saying for years, I don't really recommend using keystoning unless you absolutely have to. And with this projector, not only does keystoning affect the image quality and sharpness, but it also is going to affect your input lag. So if you can avoid using keystoning, I definitely recommend it. The interface is nice and snappy on the QS-01, and I had absolutely no problems with lag. It was nice to see that I wasn't getting long pauses in between modes, like switching from HDR to SDR, or between different resolutions like I've seen on some other BenQ projectors. So the remote not only allows you to control the Android TV interface, but you can also power the projector on, control the volume, as well as the projector menu right from the same remote. And the also elusive Netflix app was missing from this projector, as we've seen from a lot of others. Now, there are workarounds for this as far as like casting from your phone or something like that, so it's not a lost cause, but it is something that should be noted. Alright, so moving on to image quality, this projector has an amazing image. For years now, BenQ has been known for having great colors right out of the box. Now, historically, with brighter projectors like this one with 3000 lumens, you normally have to give up a bit of color accuracy in order to get that extra brightness. So it's nice to see that with this 4 LED light source, they were not only able to get the extra brightness, but they were actually able to do this and give us 100% DCI-P3 coverage. So long gone are the days where you had to pick one or the other. Now, I did sometimes feel like I could have turned the saturation down a tiny bit, but it never looked bad with any of the content. And what really blew me away with this projector was the HDR performance. Now, I've always thought that the HT3550 had some of the best HDR that you can get in this price point, but considering the extra brightness, the X3000 might be giving the HT3550 a run for its money. And when it comes to black levels on this projector, I will say that it doesn't have the greatest black levels. Now with that being said, it does actually have decent shadow detail, so you do actually see details in dark areas, but I will say that when you're looking at a really dark scene in a movie, it doesn't look all that great. Alright, so with this being marketed as a gaming projector, how was the gaming performance? Well, I had an absolutely fantastic experience gaming on this projector, and it's even better than the TK700 STI, which was my previous favorite in this price point. It has a razor sharp image and the colors look fantastic. Now again, it's rare that you see a projector that's marketed as a gaming projector that has really high color accuracy and high brightness. This makes for an absolutely incredible gaming experience. It has great input lag, producing 16 milliseconds with 4K at 60 Hz, 8 milliseconds with 1080p at 120 Hz, and 4 milliseconds with 1080p at 240 Hz. Now, like the X1300, this projector does have a few different game modes, and it changes a few settings depending on which mode you're in. Now, I personally found myself using FPS mode for pretty much everything. Not only does it give you the low latency you're looking for, but it also has the best looking image in my opinion. Now, when it comes to audio, the X3000i has dual 5-watt Trevolo speakers that sound pretty good and produce crystal clear sound. Now, they're not all that loud, so they're not really gonna blow you away, but they do sound decent and produce decent mid bass. So considering the built-in speakers aren't gonna really be ideal for most situations, it is nice that they included not only a Toslink port, but it also includes eARC with Dolby Atmos support. So if you're connecting your projector to a home theater receiver, you'll be able to get Dolby Atmos from some of the built-in apps. Now, like I mentioned earlier, it's nice to see that they took all the things that most people care about and they were able to balance it out into almost what seems like a perfect projector. Now, you'll notice I said almost perfect, and that's because, as I always say, no projector is perfect. Now, even though I didn't have any serious concerns with this projector, there are a few things that could have been better. I would have liked to see 4K at 120 Hz, which is something we can only dream about at the projector at this price point. Another thing is that it does have that projection offset, which is not really an issue, but just something to be mindful of, especially if you have low ceilings in your basement and you're gonna ceiling mount it. And when it comes to black levels on this projector, I will say that it doesn't have the greatest blacks. Now, unfortunately, we've kind of come to expect this with brighter projectors, but considering everything else that you get with this projector, I wouldn't say the black levels are a deal breaker. And I will put links in the video description to all of the projectors I mentioned in this video if you want to check those out. And I do want to know if you like this shorter video format. I wanted to try something different and try to make the videos a little shorter while still getting all the information in. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and make sure you mash that like button for me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any new videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.